tween how to make with very few ingredients and very little effort. It's delicious, it's yummy. Let's get started. Using a pre-bought store pastry that's been thawed at room temperature. You can also thaw overnight in the fridge. We are going to dust our surface with a little flour and unwrap our pastry. I'm also going to dust the top of the pastry and our rolling pin so it doesn't stick. Now we're just going to use even pressure to roll out the pastry. So I'm going to cut my dough right down the center. If you're having a teen or tween do this, you can absolutely use a pizza cutter. All right, and I'm going to cut this into about 3 even pieces. All right, okay. So what I have is some jam. I have raspberry on hand, so that's what I'm using. And I have some whipped cream cheese. Now you could buy the cream cheese already whipped, or you can get a block of cream cheese, let it sit at room temperature for about 30 minutes, stick it in your stand mixer or a hand mixer, slowly start whipping the cream until it gets a little softer. Maybe add a little bit of milk and keep whipping and whipping until it's nice and creamy and light. It's about half the price of whipped cream cheese. All right, so what I'm going to do is just smear about a tablespoonful on my pastry at one end. Now I'm going to do a little dollop of my jam. So right now this is 1 sheet of pastry, about a 1/4 cup of jam, and about a 1/4 cup of cream cheese. Now I'm going to beat an egg. We're going to do a little egg wash, fold these over, bake them up, and they will be good to go. All right, we're back. So before we put our egg wash on, I'm going to go ahead and take a sharp knife, and I'm going to sort of guesstimate where the top half is. And I'm just going to do a few little slits in the dough. This is going to give the dough a chance for the steam to escape so it doesn't get overly poofy, and it creates a nice, beautiful sort of presentation. A little bit of that jam creeps out and kind of gets on the outside of that pastry. So just a little egg wash. What the egg wash is going to do is help bind this. There we go. Doesn't have to be perfect. Again, this is a great project, Mom and Dad, if you want to show the teen or tween that's in your household. This is a great, easy way to make a really nice, pretty pastry that you could send the kids off to school with in the morning, or sit down and have a nice breakfast. Maybe having the girls over for a little coffee and you want to put out something a little special. This will not break the bank and it won't take you much time at all. All right, so I'm just going to fold these over and try to meet up my ends as much as possible. And let's crimp the edges. So what we're doing is we're sealing the top and the bottom half of this pastry together. sheet pan since the other one was a little too small. But here we have 6 beautiful, easy to make raspberry and cream cheese, or any kind of jam that you like, and cream cheese puff pastries. The final step before we pop this in the oven is we're going to give a light little wash to the tops of these pastries for a nice golden brown delicious, or as we like to say, GBD. We're headed into the oven, 400 degrees for about 15 minutes. I'm going to check in on them at about 12 and see where we're at. Time for the oven. They're beautiful. Nice golden brown, beautiful ooey gooey cream cheese. Love it. So at this point, we're gonna let them cool just a minute. We're gonna plate them onto a plate. But before we do that, this is similar to, I guess, a toaster strudel. I don't know if your kids are familiar with those. I don't think I ever had one growing up. Kind of missed me, I don't know why. I feel a little cheated. But what I did do is to give this sort of a similar appearance of, let's say, a toaster strudel, I have about 2 tablespoons of powdered sugar with a few drops of regular milk. And this is going to give me a beautiful, nice frosting kind of glaze that I'm just going to drizzle over a few of these. Our beautiful, easy pastries. Some store-bought dough, a little cream cheese, a little jam, a whole lot of love, and a little icing are all it takes to give yourself or your family something wonderful and delicious as we're coming into the school year, or any time for that matter. This would be beautiful at a Sunday brunch, having the girls over for some coffee, or just giving the kids something nice. And that's going to be a little bit better for them than your average Pop-Tart or a toaster strudel. Have a great day. Perfect.